Welcome back to another Rockford UFS deck profile. Tonight we are graced with Trent Murdock. Yes, I said his name right. Fantastic.
Yeah, you did.
What'd you play tonight, Trent?
Tonight we played Twinkle Murdock.
How'd you do? Actually, I'm still on your face, so we'll go down in a minute. So, how'd you do tonight?
We won it with Twinkle Murdock.
That's fantastic. So what symbol did you build her off of?
It's the first time I've ever built the deck off the evil symbol.
Is evil good again?
No.
Fair enough. You want to get into it?
Sure, we'll get.
All right.
Let's just.
I'm panning down and I'm zooming in.
All right. So obviously the character.
Keep it more to this side, to the left, so I can put. No, too far. Put it like right on Sakura's boob. There you go. Yep, you're good right there.
All right.
Cool. Go over it.
So the character's Twinkle Murdock. Obviously, you can't play safe attacks. The E, the top enhances. You just take 2 cards off the top of your opponent's deck, shove them to momentum. That works with effects in the deck. The second E is the your attack gets +1/+1 for every 2 cards in your opponent's momentum. So, right there's some tandem. And then the R is once per turn, you can reveal your hand and cancel any ability that's on a non-character card. That's pretty handy.
Yeah, I remember I went to try to dump my momentum. Well, I was going to text Fear to you to copy Fear Cats to dump momentum, and you're like, nah, bruh.
Yeah, you don't need to do that.
You don't get to do that. You don't get to play the game and have fun.
Right. So one thing I noticed when I was building this deck is with Twinkle Murdock support, there's actually a lot of foundation destruction. So I decided to work the deck around some cards that aren't necessarily direct her support, but work around the theme of destroying foundations and doing things like that. So I was playing a game against Nate. Poor Nate. I think he had both the games we played. He went into his turn 2 with no foundations.
Nate's shaking his head in disgust right now.
He's very disappointed.
He's kind of like looking at me like Jim does in the office when he looks at the camera.
And everybody thinks they can see you doing that right now.
Nah, whatever. So all right, what are we getting into?
So we're going to start with blue cards.
Okay, blue cards are fun.
So I started with 4 Teddy Bomber.
I didn't know you played 4 of those things.
I didn't know I had 4 of these things until Sunday. So it's an E, remove, lose 3 vitality. You remove 1 card in your opponent's staging area with a control of 5 from the game. So it doesn't have to be a foundation. If there's a troubling asset and it has a control of 5, you can get rid of it. So the best part is you use it on the defense. Not only are you blowing up one of your opponent's foundations, you're giving their attack -3 damage.
For the cost of 3 vitality, that's kind of a win.
Yeah. So it doesn't have a block, but it removes damage. So it's a trade-off, I believe. So fun card. I enjoyed it. Did a lot of work. Second blue card is 4 copies of Revoke. So,
you got the ugly art revokes?
Yep.
Gross.
I know. So another thing about this deck, this is the first time I've played 8 actions in one deck. So 4 Teddy Bomber, 4 Revoke, and it's a 59 card deck. So
okay, throw the numbers. Whatever we've said about deck building in the past, just throw it out.
yeah,
cool.
Because between Revoke and Twinkle Murdock, I had 4 negates on one of my opponent's turns.
Cool.
So, yeah. Nate shakes his head again. We're going to the attacks. So obviously, I was fortunate enough in my boxes and my turbo decks to pull 4 Distraction Destruction. So the first E is if your opponent has 2 or more momentum, you take 2 of their cards in their staging area, or they choose 2 cards in their staging area and add it to their momentum. Actually, it's got to be 2 foundations. So between Teddy Bomber and this card, you can nuke 3 foundations. And then obviously E, if your opponent has 8 or more momentum, you win the game. That happened 3 times tonight.
I know it happened against me. Happened against Nate?
No, it happened twice. It happened against you and Marco.
And Marco? Okay.
Didn't happen against Nate. Nate died too quick.
Oh, that's too bad. He was playing a 7-hander, so yeah, that's fair.
But he was playing Spike. It's like 6.5-hander.
Yeah, for the most part.
The problem with this card is that it's a 1 check. And in a 59 card deck, that could really just devastate you.
Yeah, that's true.
But
that's true.
Didn't have that happen to me tonight, so
Yeah.
just got lucky.
Yep, the odds were in your favor tonight, if you want to say.
The odds were forever in my favor.
Yep.
I'm only playing 2 copies of the next card because I only own 2, but because of this, I was able to really just pump my attacks up like crazy.
Oh, Virus.
Virus Unchained. The card as a whole doesn't do a whole lot. It's the other cards that you play after it. So it says while this card is in your card pool, all your other attacks gain the following enhanced ability. E, your attack gets +1 damage for each of your opponent's momentum.
The Breaker 2 the high block of 0 and the Breaker 2 is pretty sick too.
Yeah, and then when you tandem that card with Fear of Cats.
Oh, yeah.
So if your opponent's got 6 momentum.
Yeah, that's cool.
And you're getting free speed off Twinkle Murdock.
And damage, mind you, and damage.
And the thing I like about Twinkle too is that she's virtually stop proof because of her R.
Yeah, you are correct.
Oh, sorry, my watch is telling me it's bedtime.
Oh, yeah, my phone did that earlier.
So,
all right.
but Fear of Cats, because it's just a really strong attack, and Twinkle gives it free speed. This card I really didn't use a whole lot tonight, so I think I might switch it out for the other attack that I can't remember of hers.
Oh, the Ganymede Terrorists?
Yeah.
The one you get 2 speed for every momentum?
I think it's 1 speed for every momentum.
I think it's 2.
It is 2 speed
It's 2
for every
speed,
momentum.
yeah.
Oh man, that's way better
And
than this card.
it doesn't have a block, though.
Yeah,
I think
it doesn't
that's
have a
the
block.
issue. It doesn't have a block.
So, well, with this deck, I didn't block a whole lot.
Sure.
Didn't have to.
Oh.
My opponent didn't have a staging area.
Fair enough.
So,
Yeah.
but E, discard a momentum. Your opponent adds 1 card from their hand to their momentum. So, it adds to the momentum, which helps with
Winning?
the win condition. The attack that did the most work tonight, though, besides the ultra rare attack, was Syndicate Slice.
The card is so good.
So your next check to play an attack gets +1. So you lead in with this, you 2 momentum Murdock, and then you play the Destruction.
Sure.
So that way you get
You get 4 momentum right off the bat.
4
Yeah.
momentum off the bat, and you get to modify the check.
Yep.
So it's like you're playing it first, but you're actually playing it second. And then, if it's blocked, you get the draw card. It's kind of nice, and it's a +1 mid. So
Yeah, if you need a block with it.
and it's a Desperation 2, which I got to use against Marcos. He knocked me down to 2 Vitality.
Oh, cool.
And then I played that, and then I checked that one the one check. I was like, I only have to commit 1 foundation. That was fun. So now we're into the grays. 200 below 0 because you are playing a 1 check.
Oh, you scrub not using the platinum versions.
I didn't want to dig them out. 4 copies of Know Your Objective, Red Horizon version.
Should have mixed them up.
You know what? It's just something about playing the original card, knowing I've had it since like 5-6 years.
And
Whenever KOF came out.
And it's technically still legal thanks to Blood Omen.
So
Okay.
didn't
Hey, you reduced my speed a few times.
yeah, it had its options. Here's another card that really helped out the deck a lot tonight was Unmet Demands. So between this card and Teddy Bomber and the Ultra Rare Attack, I was able to get rid of 4 foundations out of my opponent's staging area a couple times tonight.
And you can use that on the defense too, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So it's a +5 low block, so you probably don't want to block with it.
Yeah, you never block with it anyways.
So I put in 4 copies of this card, but I think I might take it out because I never used it because Twinkle Murdock cancels Breaker.
Yeah, that also stops like Cowboy Battery and stuff like that. So if you didn't want to waste your Twinkle on it, so
Right. So I put this card in here just to negate breakers, essentially.
it has a good low block too, and it's good spam.
I guess.
Well,
it
it's
is
better
good.
than +5.
Yeah, it is good spam.
And it's better than
2 copies of Damnation because sometimes you just need a negate, more negate.
One of the best foundations in the game, Cameron Cardwell.
Can't
It's so good. He's playing
Scrub.
2 copies of it.
4 copies of Save the Sea Rats.
How'd that work out for you?
Fantastic.
That's the card that if your opponent has the momentum, they have to add a hand
One card
the
from your hand to the momentum.
Yeah, that card's really, really good.
So there'd be times when my opponent would end their turn with 2 cards in hand.
Mhm.
Oh, hey, why don't you go ahead and add 1 card from your hand to your momentum, and then that other card that says, yeah, that. I'll discard momentum. Now you have no hand.
They have no hand. Then they're eating damage to the face, or yeah,
Right.
they're eating tons of damage to the face. Is what they're doing.
Yeah. 1 copy because I only own 1. Where the seeds meet.
Huh?
Yeah, I only own 1. I only own 1.
Okay.
2 boxes of platinum. Only own 1.
Man, you got a bra from Nate. Whoa. I'm pretty sure someone can help you out.
I think I might take it out. I didn't use it.
Fair enough.
This card did come in handy a few times because somebody tried to use Bubble Lead on me. Deadly Needle. No.
That's also good. So, like, if you or your opponent's trying to dump momentum on your turn, you can trap it.
Yep.
Or even on their turn, it's pretty good too.
Yep. Trap the momentum to help out Twinkle.
Yep.
2 copies of Peaceful Beginnings. Didn't use this card, so it's probably going to come out because it's a 3-diff foundation with no block. So it'll probably come out, or maybe be a sideboard card, but definitely not enough to.
S-Class Hunter may be a better card than that.
Maybe. It does have a block on it.
And you can burn people who use playable committed effects, which are like all over Bebop now.
Yup.
So the thing with Twinkle is that people are trying to use effects to burn their momentum, like powerful or EX or abilities like that, multiple. So we had to find a way to cancel the ability.
Yeah, finally, someone's mainboarding that card. Woo!
So even when they pitch their momentum, at least they burn vitality for pitching their momentum.
Yeah, that's really good. I like that card. Usually I can't find room for it, so I usually have to sideboard it. But
And it's
awesome.
another canceling ability
Yeah.
that Revoke doesn't have to do, or Twinkle doesn't have to do.
Yeah,
or,
yeah,
You know,
that's really good. I believe it also stops Breaker too.
yeah.
Yeah, it could stop Breaker too.
And then lastly, 4 copies of Sinister Malevolence. Because sometimes your opponent tries to add foundations to their staging area during
fair
combat
enough. So
phase.
it's more destruction. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
All right, cool, man.
that's it. 59 cards plus character.
Let me zoom out. Cool. Well, thanks, Trent. Appreciate it. Are you gonna probably play her again next week with some tweaks, or are you gonna bring something new?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's the best. All right. Again, thank you, and next time maybe we'll do this with a PBR in your hand.
Yeah, I need to get some of that.
Good night, everyone.